say it's making shaving down at M1. One of the biggest things we want to really educate people more on is nutrition, supplementation, how to add weight, how to lose weight. And so I'm going to go through a bioprint test. Shane will break that down in a second. Since COVID has started, I know everybody's eating habits has gotten funky. My big problem is not eating enough. Training really fuels my appetite. It's something I got to mentally get better at. So I'm down about 15 pounds since COVID started, weighing 143.2.
Yep,
right?
143.2.
143.2 is really the lightest I've been since like 7th grade. I kind of fit in a kid's large shirt right now, which is not okay with me. Not okay with me.
Tiny.
This is a double XL. This is a double XL shirt. So bioprint was developed by Charles Poliquin, and I'll let Shane take that one.
Yeah, bioprint was developed by Charles Poliquin, who's considered one of the best strength coaches of all time in the world, and he developed this test to use with his Canadian athletes. And so basically, the best thing about the metabolic analytics of bioprint is that, one, it will tell you your body fat percentage, your body mass index, your BMI, but it will tell you why you store fat in certain areas. So going through this, it lumps them into certain categories, and you can see where your biggest problem areas are. And then on top of that, once we address your issue, we can provide customized supplementation to help fix those spot fat areas. So that's the main benefit and advantage to doing a body fat this way as opposed to really any other service.
I think we've all been to LA Fitness or somewhere where you just kind of hold on, and it tells you your body fat.
Yep, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
It works. You know your body fat, and you get to see a couple of things, but it doesn't look at the whole picture. And through this program, you can look at the whole picture. It's customized. It's individual to you, and then you can work on your biggest problem areas one step at a time, and eventually get to a point where you want to be in that you're happy.
And not just supplementation, like actual foods.
Yep, food. Yep, food, nutrition. I mean, I can tell whether you've had a poor diet based off of 3 sites. We'll measure 14 today, but there's 3 major sites that I'll be able to tell how you've been eating, and if I put you on a diet, if you're lying to me, whether or not you're following the diet. That's the kicker there.
It's not that hard to catch you guys lying either, we'll be honest.
Yeah, you can tell me what you've been eating, but through this program and through my pinchers and calipers, I will be able to tell if you're lying.
All right, we'll get started. All right, guys. First point is going to be under the chin.
So make sure you shave your beard before I get this. Thanks, Nick.
I don't shave. Point number two, cheek. This is my least favorite one. Actually, I take that back. Second least.
When you have chubby cheeks like him, really messes up your numbers. But this will usually indicate any type of inflammation in the face, and is usually the first site to be improved upon a new diet. 10-8.
Number 3, the pec.
Go ahead and flex, okay? Is that flex?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, good, relax. Not too bad. 3.2.
All right, biceps and triceps. Mine are so much bigger than Shane's. He's going to have real trouble trying to get the reading on this, but we're going to do the best we can.
My guess is that this reading will be a straight 0 because he doesn't have any arms or biceps at all. Yes, unfortunately that's him flexing. Good, extend. Come on down. Good. Good.
2.8. Triceps going.
Tricep. Give me a little flex. Good. Relax. Subscap just inside of the scap. Nice little back fat for men. This is a big site to know. There's some good information being told in the low back. 8.8, someone's been taking their fruits and greens, very nice.
Fruits and greens, baby, every day.
And then we'll go supra. The next one is the super iliac. Come on back, Nick. Good, nice. This is my favorite site. Most people's least favorite site, because this is where you measure the love handles. Everybody hates the love handles, and this one is easily affected by diet. 7.4. This is my lie detector site. So if I put you on a low carb diet, and you tell me you've been eating low carb but haven't been losing any weight, I'll be able to tell right here at the love handles. This is where your carbs go.
That's a lot.
The next one here is the umbilical. So this is a good site to test pre and post diet. And this will tell you a lot about your stress as well as possibly some alcohol consumption.
It's been a little bit.
You flexing? Flex. You can flex all you want during this. You can't flex fat. What do we got there, babe?
It's a 9, but it's going down.
There we go. Good. Relax. 8.7. Very nice.
Next, this is the one I'm concerned about. I think I lost a lot of muscle mass in my legs, but we'll find out. I used to roll on 22s, so I don't know if I'm rolling on 22s anymore.
About to find out. Roll that right pant sleeve up. Thank you. So, start. Bring it in first. Good. Go ahead and flex. Good. Relax.
It's a lot of hair being pulled right now.
It can get uncomfortable at times. I'll let Mick read it off to you guys. It's your quad.
0?
that ain't right.
6.8.
Go.
Alright guys, go on the knee. When I was training for Olympic weightlifting in college, Saturday mornings, we bioprint. I'd tell Shane, yeah dude, I only had like 4 or 5 beers last night. And then he would guess probably 10 or 11 after the reading. And I'd sit there and go, yeah, that's 1 game of beer pong, 2 games of beer, flip cup. Yeah, you're probably right. It was probably 11 or 12.
Again, another advantage of doing your body fat this way, there's a bunch of lie detector sites on here, so I can tell if you're lying to me about sleep, alcohol, based off of these sites that we're going to do here between the knee and the calf. So again, don't try to fool me.
If you booze, you lose.
Another lie detector site, the calf, I can tell, 1, if you've been drinking, but 2, also how much sleep you've had the night before. I've had plenty of people tell me that they sleep great. I come in, I measure their calf, and it's way high, and we start thinking about it, and all of a sudden realize, I guess I really didn't get that much sleep last night, maybe 5, 6 hours. The calf is the site that will move the most day to day. A lot of the other sites take time to improve, and that goes for the same as getting worse. It does take time for these things to accumulate and get a worse score, but the calf can be affected day to day. So I will be able to tell if you've had a couple of drinks the night before and if you didn't get much sleep the night before.
Well, just like hydration, right?
And yeah, just overall hydration.
Overall hydration.
Go ahead and come up on your toe.
I pretty much only had coffee and fruits and greens today, so.
Looking for a good reading here. How was your sleep?
I'd say maybe 6.5 hours.
8 hours would have done you better.
As always.
And 4.6.
What was this?
They said 2%. you'll notice that males versus females, when we store fat, most guys tend not to store fat in their legs. Even if they do start to gain weight, it's usually in the upper body. And women will tend to store theirs in the lower body. One reason for that is, for the most part, women have 2-to-1 ratio compared to men of beta receptors in the legs, which means the beta receptors are the ones that store fat. So it's much easier for women to store fat in their legs versus men.
Videos on each specific point as time goes. I'm at 12.7, which is actually my best reported body fat since 2015. With that said though, I don't necessarily feel that great. My skin's not very healthy right now. My calf is pretty high, which is, we're trying to open up some businesses, so we're not sleeping that much. And a couple other points. My muscle mass is down about 10 pounds, and my fat's down about 5 pounds.
About 5 pounds, yeah.
About 5 pounds. With that being said, as I got a great body fat score, I need to put muscle mass back on. So, I don't even know what's going on.
Well, I think the big thing is just to make sure that as we put muscle mass back on, is we have a good baseline, a good foundation, but we need to make sure that he gets his weight back up, but in a healthy way. So now that we have these numbers, his numbers are pretty good. 12% is actually a pretty good reading. Everybody thinks that they're below 10% or 7%. That's a lot. So,
sorry, DK Metcalf.
Yeah, sorry, DK Metcalf. You weren't 2%, you weren't 3%. You'd be dead. But the thing is, a quick way to tell too is Mick is very lean. You guys can see that obviously. You're probably thinking like, how is this guy 12%? Usually, a quick indicator of somebody who's very lean is if you can see their abs even when they're completely relaxed. If you can see all 6 completely relaxed, that usually means that they're 10% or below. You can see Mick's relaxed. You can see some ab. You're not going to see all 6. If you were to drop 2%, yes, you would see those 24/7 even relaxed. Those would be there.
No flexing for the gram, like you are just chilling, and your 6-pack, 8-pack is just chilling.
Yep. So, and now obviously Mick's focus, if we can keep that same leanness or that body mass and now start to make healthy gains and add muscle, now we can go back and check this every week and make sure that if he does gain weight, if he comes back to me next week and he's 145 pounds, maybe he's only gained 2 pounds, we can redo these test sites and make sure that his body fat percentage hasn't gone up. We can make sure that his lean mass percentage has gone up, and make sure that his overall body fat percentage has stayed the same or even gone lower. But even just the ability to add mass will help him be leaner.
So what I'm going to try and do is record like all my meals for you guys. I'll do my best, whether it's just like a quick story or something like that. It's a little crazy right now with our schedules, but I'll do everything I can to record and show you guys what I'm eating. We'll go another deeper video into it, but in terms of supplements, probably creatine.
Creatine, absolutely, for the bulk. A good, clean creatine, there's no harm in that. It's a natural occurring supplement that is actually in steak if you eat steak, so don't give it a bad rap. Creatine will help. For you, the big thing for Mick is getting some sleep. Make sure that he recovers. So not only did the lack of sleep affect his scores today, but on the back end, lack of sleep will affect his ability to add muscle mass. If he doesn't sleep, he doesn't recover. If he doesn't recover, he can't train at 100%. If he can't train at 100%, he won't see the gains necessary to achieve the goals that he wants. And also in your sleep, if you get a full night's sleep, you have a chance for your body to recover. But during that recovery process, testosterone is regenerated. Insulin growth factor and human growth hormone are regenerated during a night of sleep. So if you don't get a good night's sleep, those don't get a chance
athletes, middle school athletes, if they're sleeping till like 10 or 11, and as long as they're going to bed on a decent time, let them sleep. If they're staying up super late, you need to fix that issue. But if they feel like they need 10, 11, 12 hours of sleep, it's probably because they do. As we're younger and growing and all the outside stressors, there's been studies where kids, athletes, 13 to 16, 18, should really, really get like 10 hours of sleep. Like 8 to 10, make 8 the minimum. And you should see some growth in muscle, maybe even height, depending on your age. But sleep is so important. Sleep, nutrition, your food, and sleep, you can never outwork those two. You can never outwork those two.
And I guarantee you that if you get those two things right, you will see more results than ever. Don't worry about, pre-workout, stimulants, caffeine, this, that. Knock out your sleep and your nutrition right now. There's low-hanging fruit. You can do those right now, starting today. Once you get that mastered, then you can start incorporating a little bit more supplementation and taking care of those areas where it's really struggling. But you can knock down a lot of pins just by nailing down your sleep and your nutrition.
That's it. We'll post more as we go. I'll make sure I post updates and all that stuff. Keep you guys checked in. If you have any questions, you can message either one of us on Instagram or N1 Sports Performance, our website too, email and all that stuff. Any way you guys can get a hold of us, we'll answer and we'll get you guys squared away. Whether it's just a super simple question or you want to get in and get a plan